Breaking Bridget.
All right. Well, surprise, surprise, gender-affirming care is a huge scam and racket and lie. Advocates of gender-affirming care say it's evidence-based, but in newly released internal memos, conversations, correspondence from WPATH, the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, it's proving that transgender medicine is neither scientific or even medical. And all of these doctors should have their license taken away, and they should probably be in jail. It is egregious. And then even on Reddit, a lot of the detransitioners or people who even transitioned are finding their surgeons on there being referenced or mentioned, and they were never given any kind of real talks about what actually happens when you start taking testosterone, chop off your boobs, chop off your dick. They didn't tell them that if you have a high BMI, you can have bad complications. And in these internal memos, everybody kind of knew this. What I don't understand is there's this logic like, oh, these people are mentally ill. They'll kill themselves if they don't have this treatment. And yet they're not so mentally ill that they can consent to this? How can anybody consent to this if they're mentally ill? If they're not in their right mind, how are you saying that they're able to consent to this? This has never made sense to me. And yet they're saying that they're fine to consent to it. And this is not informed consent. And a lot of the parents are saying they weren't informed. And it goes on and on and on. You should go. There's been a lot of interviews about it. Michael Schellenberger broke a lot of this news. If you follow him, you can go see. He was on Winston Marshall. He's been interviewed by Andrew Doyle, a lot of the people we've talked to. This should be a scandal. And the thing that actually breaks me is that no mainstream media has even covered this. It's all been like Daily Signal and Unheard and people who would be considered unsavory, right wing, whatever bad, scary moniker you want to put on these publications, but it hasn't been covered by the BBC. It hasn't been covered by CNN as far as we've gone to record this. No New York Times. No one has covered this, and it is probably the greatest medical scandal of our time. And if you are still promoting this stuff, you are complicit, and you should not, and you should stop, because you're all going to pretend like you never were behind this someday. I promise you, everyone who's been like, gender affirming care, it's for the children, you're going to act like you never said that and you never believed it, because the lawsuits are coming. They're all coming, and they're going to be aided by all of these internal memos and reports and files that just came out. Because now people who want to sue are armed with, and it's a trove of information that somebody leaked. And God bless that person. And God bless Michael Schellenberger and all of his team for organizing it. And I think the woman Mia for putting there's so many people deserve praise for putting this out, because they do so at great personal cost and professional risk. Unlike these crazy doctors who are mutilating kids.